Is it? Hi, I can't tell if this is working or not. This is Terry Chucky trying to do a live video. So here we go. Yeah, I'm trying to share this to groups. That's so good. I have no idea what how this is working out. It's so good. Yeah. All right. So it's asking me to edit the stream. I have no idea how to do that. Okay. Well, I'm going to need a tutorial and some help, but this is me debuting my weekly video. So I'm Teri Chalky, Reverend Teri D. Chalky. Some people know that. And I would like to catch people up on some things that are going on in my life. You see this cat. This is Lightning, my kitten. Maybe she'll come in and talk to us. I am trying to uh, find a way to make enough money to go home to see my mom and my brothers and sisters. So this is my mom right there, middle, and that's me. That's Sherry and Jerry and my little brother. So this is backwards to me, and they all live in Northridge, Ohio. And I would like to go see them, but I don't have enough money because all of the ways that I was making money relied on being a live venue. A lot of the ways that I was making money, 90% of the ways that I was making money were by having a yearly festival and by having quarterly retreats. And so those things all got closed down. And unfortunately, my mom's husband, Glenn, my stepfather, Glenn Skidmore, died about 3 weeks ago. And I wasn't able to go to the funeral. So I told my mom that I would come to see her. And so I made up that I'm going to go on a road trip. And I'm going to take my friend Chelsea, and my friend Misha is going to go part of the way. I don't want to go by myself because also some of you know that in 2016 I went on a long road trip by myself, but I got in a car accident and really damaged my neck. So I am going to take some people with me. So if you are a friend of mine and you want to go, you should call me and let me know. And that would be great. So I also launched a Patreon, and I will learn how to do this better so that I can actually give you the information about the Patreon. And I have a PayPal account and I have a Cash App account. And I'm trying to pivot from doing live events and event production to um, making art. So I made this really cool. I tried to do this. Well, this is really weird. Okay, I'm going to try to show you some of my art. So that is something that I made. This is very funny. This is something that I made because Beltane is coming soon. And so I've started to make prints and hand drawn things. My friend Amy Brandt has been really helping me. I was able to make a whole bunch of ceramic art because for a while Richard Brandt, I rented his ceramic art studio, which was great. And then I started to make digital download things like this is the working definition we use of love at Living Love Revolution, and I'm learning how to make digital downloads. I'm also learning how to use a tablet, which is not a pretty steep learning curve for me. I was quite surprised at how hard it was. But I did get one. And I am doing rituals on all the high holy days, Imbolc and Beltane and Samhain and Lammas, like I always have the cross quarter days, and then the equinoxes and solstices. And I'm totally interested in teaching people who don't know things about the wheel of the year and basic foundational witchcraft. And I've been doing a lot of work with Laura Tempest Zackroft, and she makes sigils, right? This is a sigil for the dissolution of hate. And I've been doing some regular work both for the Black Lives Matter movement and the Get Out the Vote movement. That's what a lot of what I did in the fall of last year. And then I recently made this sigil for peace and protection. I have a newsletter that I publish the things I do in. If people want to see the newsletter, that'd be awesome. You can just write to me at livingloverevolution@me.com and I'll do that. Put you on my newsletter list. It's hard because I don't know what kind of questions you might have, but I have been regularly being videoed. My friend Veronica Monet videoed me in February, and Shelley and I gave a presentation to the Women of Wisdom Conference on our Unwinding Envy class for January, and then we did the class in March, and it was really good. So we're going to keep making online classes and events, and hopefully we'll get to do live events soon this year. Right now I'm getting vaccinated, my second shot on the 14th, so I should be able to go and see my mom by the end of the month of April, and I will find other ways between now and next Monday to make a better video. I got a lot of encouragement and support, and even hired a coach, and they were like, just start, and even if you make mistakes, then you'll have started, so that's what I'm doing, and I might be messing this up pretty bad, but that's okay. The main things I'm doing now are art and gardening. I'm applying for a whole bunch of grants, and so I'm kind of in a little bit of a crunch. A lot of them are due on one's due on the 6th, one's due on the 8th, so one tomorrow, one this week. They're all due this week, which is great. I see I need to have some kind of filter because the sunlight, praise the goddess, the sunlight is so bright that it's making me like washed out. My face looks pretty washed out. My skin's way darker than it looks on this screen. All right, so the goal is to do more art, to do more gardening. A lot of you don't know this, but I had a grass in 2019, and now there's no grass. It's all just one big permaculture garden, and I have a lot of dahlias, and I've been using the images of the dahlias to make my newsletter and do other things, which is great. So what I want to say, I want to see if people could help support me by writing to me at livingloverevolution@me.com and helping me get together enough money to go see my mom in Ohio. And what else? I don't know. We're just going to try this. I did have a good time. I could talk about anything. Somebody could ask me something and I could answer the questions. We're having a good time over here at the Song of Stardust house. And because we've done all of this crunchy bookkeeping, which is not very much fun for somebody who I have number dyslexia, right? Anyway, we're figuring it out, and then we'll be able to do our taxes very quickly after doing all of this grant work. So Mark and I are both going to work more today. We worked all weekend, and he's going to take off from his other job at 1, and we're going to sit and finish this grant application for the Shuttered Venue Operators Grant. And I hope that we'll get it. We're working pretty hard on it. Yeah. We have been, doing online temples, It's not the same. They're great. The exercises are good. The bodhicitta works. The breath work works. Even you can do beautiful energy exchanges, reciprocal energy exchanges, the wheel of consent exercises. All those things you can still do it online through Zoom. But we deeply miss being able to touch people and being in people's physical presence. So hopefully we'll be able to do that by Beltane, I think. So that's what we're working on. And if you see this and you live anywhere along a route from Oregon to Ohio and you'd like to visit, we're going to take our tablet. We're going to show people the different national parks that we stop at. We're going to take our time and make it a really cool itinerary based on what Chelsea and Misha and I want to get up to. And we'll have a very eco-sexy, um, we'll stop here and there at different beautiful parks and mountains and streams and oceans. And I think we'll have a good time. And so if you live along the way or you'd like to go on part of this road trip with us, you can let us know. I know for sure we're going to go up to the gorge. We're going to go to White Salmon and visit our friend Tom there before we head out across, right? And we'll end up staying in Boulder, Colorado for at least a day, maybe 2 or 3, and then we'll continue onward. So if you have any suggestions for where are really great places for us to go on our road trip, that'd be great. And then, oh, I also wanted to show you, I made this really cool shelf. See, don't you want me to make more ceramics like that? It's like a really ancient image, these large eyes. They found a whole bunch of sculptures and pots made out of ceramic. It's an old image of Inanna, which is beautiful, right? And then this is the Hamsa, the warding off the evil eye hand. So I have lots of information about how to do magic to ward off the evil eye and how to prevent envy and jealousy from destroying your life and how to make commitments. That's what the class Unwinding Envy that Shelley and I created about. Making a commitment to allyship and being an accomplice with other women and other femmes and other people socialized to be on the down end of the power dynamic between the masculine and feminine in our culture is really deeply misogynist socialization process. But we know all kinds of things, like there's so many different genders and not just two, but the paradigm of duality and the false dichotomy that's really embedded in our thinking and our social structure is still very power down, power up. It's still very dominant, submissive, big D, little s. And we want people to be able to choose to consent and negotiate to what kind of power dynamics they want. We don't want it just to be, oh, I perceive you as this and I read you as this, so you therefore are in this little box, right? We're going to change that. And some of the ways to change that is to realize how you've been programmed and deconstructed and act against your socialization and reach across and be kind with people, right? I mean, really, Living Love Revolution is about teaching the religion of kindness, teaching the practice of kindness in your daily life, and how if someone's upset with you, you try to talk to them personally and extend yourself to find out why they're upset and see if you can do something to help them. Yep. So there's all those kinds of things. Learning how to be kind and learning love. Like the Living Love Revolution has a working definition of love, and we use the definition that comes from Bell Hook's book, All About Love. And so I'm going to read it to you, and this is a little download. If you want this download, I can send it to you if you ask me to, which I'd be glad to. An essential part of embodying love is consenting to a clear definition of love. Living Love Revolution community members agree to practice these definitions. from M. Scott Peck's book, The Road Less Traveled. The definition is love is the will to extend oneself for the purpose of nurturing one's own or another's spiritual growth and development. Love is as love does. Love is an act of will, namely, both an intention and an action. Will implies choice. We do not have to love, we choose to love. So we joined Bell Hooks in choosing this definition of love. She surveyed a vast amount of literature and then published this book all about love in the year, I think it was 2000. I've been using this since I first read it in 2000. She also says that there are 7 words that have to be enacted as verbs that we add to M. Scott Peck's definition of love. In All About Love, she says these 7 things have to be enacted in order for it to be the embodiment of love: care, affection, recognition, respect, commitment, trust, and open and honest communication. Right? So think just for a minute, when you say that you love someone, are you also embodying care? Are you embodying affection? Are you embodying honest and open communication, trust, commitment, respect? I think recognition is one of the things that's the most difficult. It's very difficult for us to recognize other people across the expanse of our own transference, across the expanse of our own, when we don't have whole and healed relatedness with our parents, the first authority figures in our lives, then it's difficult for us to attach securely, and it's difficult for us to recognize people as other than the wounded psyche that we're projecting into the world, right? So we have to be able to recognize the beloved. Mm-hmm. So we make it part of our transpersonal practice and training to recognize the beloved in all others, even in non-humans. And we ask people to look into their intimate relationships. All intimate relationships are going to bring up the presence of love. Love automatically creates a field of energy that moves us towards healing. All the wounded children in ourselves tugging at our sleeves in their different broken personas, all the places in our body where trauma is still lodged, all those things move up like seeds and sprouts to the sunlight towards love, looking for healing. All of our unresolved upsets from past relationships with peers, with lovers and close friends, as well as our family of origin, these issues will arise in the presence of love in hope of being healed. This always happens. And so that's an answer to the question of, if this is love, why does it hurt? Well, it hurts because all of the trauma that you haven't resolved yet longs to be digested and integrated, longs to be resolved. So hopefully this has been useful to you and enjoyable. I will talk every Monday at 11 for a whole year is what my commitment is. We'll see how that goes. I'll take my tablet and learn it so I can take it with me and make videos on the road when I'm going, and hopefully I think my friend Chelsea will help me. I want to say thank you to Robin, Lynn, and Amy Brandt and Shelley for tuning in and watching, and other people. I will learn how to post this, and I think we'll go every week for at least 20 minutes. I started at 11:04. It's 11:24. So I'm going to stop, and I'll try to do better every week. Blessed be. Oh, and please go outside and lift your face up to the sun and join me in experiencing gratitude for this amazing life that we have the opportunity to have. Blessed be, friends.